All right, if you want to give your ACT math score a serious boost, you have come to the exact right place. We are about to totally demystify a topic that pops up on pretty much every single test, and the secret to solving it is way, way simpler than you think.
So what's this number? 2 to 3. That's how many extra points you can realistically add to your ACT math score just by nailing one type of problem. That little jump can be an absolute game changer for getting into the school you really want.
So, what is this magic topic? It's absolute value. And I promise, by the time we're done here, you won't just get it. You'll have this rock-solid, repeatable strategy to crush any absolute value question the ACT can dream up.
Okay, let's get right into it. You know, the secret to making absolute value super easy is to just forget all the complicated algebra for a minute. Just focus on one simple idea: distance. Seriously, that's all it is at its core.
And here's the official definition, but let's break it down. Absolute value is just how far away a number is from zero. Think about it, right? Can you walk -5 feet? No way. Distance is always positive. And that simple fact is a massive clue for solving these problems. This visual makes it crystal clear. Okay, look at 5. How far is it from 0? 5 steps, right? Now, look at -5. How far is it from 0? Also 5 steps, just in the other direction. The distance is identical, and that's why the absolute value of both is just 5.
Okay, so the concept is simple, we get it. But how do you use this when the clock is ticking on the ACT? You need a system, a tool. So let's break down a super simple 3-step method that works every single time.
This right here, this is your secret weapon for the ACT. ISS. Isolate, split, solve. First, you just do a little algebra to get the absolute value part all by itself. Then, the magic step. You split it into 2 separate equations, one for the positive case, one for the negative. And finally, you just solve both. That's the whole playbook.
And here's a great little saying to help you remember that split step. When you see those 2 little bars, think of it like a fork in the road. You got to go down both paths, the positive and the negative, to find all the solutions.
All right, enough talk. Let's actually put this ISS method to work. We're going to start with the basics and then level up, just like the questions you'll see on the real test. Okay, level 1, super straightforward. The absolute value of x equals 7. Now, take a look. Is the absolute value part already isolated? Yep. So we can skip step 1 and jump right to S for split.
So, we hit that fork in the road. We're just asking, hey, what numbers are exactly 7 steps away from 0 on the number line? Well, the obvious one is 7 itself. But don't forget the other direction. -7 is also 7 steps away. And boom, we have our 2 solutions. Easy, right?
All right, you ready? Time for level 2. Now this one looks way scarier, doesn't it? But don't even sweat it. This is exactly why that first I for isolate is so critical. Our only job right now is to clean this thing up.
So, here's the trick. Just pretend that whole absolute value of x minus 2 part is just a single variable, like y. What would you do? First, you'd subtract 5 from both sides, right? That gives you 15. Then, you'd divide by 3. And look at that. All that mess just melts away, and we're left with the absolute value of x minus 2 equals 5. It looks just like our easy level 1 problem now.
And now that it's nice and clean, we do our split. The stuff inside the bars, that x minus 2, could be equal to +5, or it could be equal to -5. See? 2 clear paths to our answers. And now for the easy part. We just solve. For path 1, add 2 to both sides, and you get x equals 7. For path 2, add 2 to -5, and you get x equals -3. The ISS method took that monster problem and broke it down perfectly.
Okay, so you've got the method down, but that's only half the battle. The ACT loves to set traps, and you need to know how to spot them and sidestep them like a pro.
Let's kick things off with a classic. Take a look at this. What's the solution to the absolute value of x minus 3 equals -4? I'll give you a second to think about it. What's your gut telling you?
Aha! It's a trap. Remember the very first thing we talked about? Absolute value is distance. It can't be negative. The second you see an absolute value all by itself set equal to a negative number, your brain should scream, trap! You don't have to do any math. You just know the answer is no solution.
And here are the other big pitfalls you got to watch out for. The number 1 mistake? Forgetting the negative case. You find one answer and move on, but there are usually 2. The other big one is splitting the equation before you isolate.
don't do it. Always clean it up first. Just avoiding these two simple mistakes puts you miles ahead of everyone else.
Okay, let's wrap all of this up into one final powerful strategy. This is your game plan for test day, your checklist to get these questions right every single time.
So here it is, your mental checklist for any absolute value problem you see. Step 1, isolate it, get it alone. Step 2, and this is a big one, check it. Is the other side negative? If it is, you're done. The answer is no solution. If it's positive, you move to step 3, split it into 2 paths. And finally, step 4, solve both of them. That's the system.
You know, we started this whole thing by talking about grabbing an extra 2 or 3 points on your ACT. You now have the concept, you've got the ISS method, and you know the traps to avoid. You have everything you need. So the only question left is, are you ready to go claim those points?